Jah Oil Company stands tall as a trusted name in energy, keeping the Gambia moving with service stations across the country and a commitment to innovation and reliability. In Farafenni, Jah Group is reshaping our industrial landscape. The Jah Oil Cement Factory can produce up to 100,000 bags a day, reducing imports, creating jobs, and building a stronger Gambia brick by brick. And in the heart of the Central River region, Jah Farming Initiative is cultivating food security. With thousands of hectares under development and modern irrigation, Jah Farming is turning the Gambia's soil into abundance. Jah Group is more than a company. It is a vision of self-sufficiency, resilience, and progress. The Jah Group of companies, investing in industry, agriculture, and energy, building the Gambia's future today.
In the Gambia, we all move to different paces. Time is money, convenience is power, and now both are in your hands. No more long lines, no more late payments, no more missed chances, not anymore. Because now the Gambia has its own super app, Zap. One app, one tap, endless convenience. Send money instantly, pay your bills in seconds, shop without borders, pay your rides, order your meal, buy your ticket, deposit and withdraw money for absolutely free. No extra charges, no hidden fees, only on Zap Super App. This is not just convenience. This is confidence. This is the future in your hands. And the best part, Zap is born right here. Built for us, designed for every Gambian home, every Gambian dream. So don't wait in the past. Step into the future. Download Zap today on App Store and Play Store and enjoy endless free services. Call us today on our toll-free number 1666 or on 260-0001. Zap, all in one, all for you. Tap in, zap in.
Sant yàlla.
looy xaar utal Wave nga scan nga fay nag doo ci yokku dara.
If the world hasn't stopped moving, your money shouldn't slow you down. With Bloombank Africa, you are always connected, wherever, whenever, in many ways than one. So whether you're sending funds to family, paying for goods and services, settling bills, or just making sure you've got some cash at hand, Bloombank puts speed, simplicity, and security in the palm of your hand. Transfer funds between your Wave or AfriMoney account and your Bloombank account anytime, anywhere, because your money should flow at the pace of your life. Visit your nearest Bloombank branch today to link your account. Bloombank Africa. We make it happen.
The Network of Women Political Participation and Leadership, NWPL, continues to build momentum as it works to increase women's representation in politics and public life through advocacy, mentorship, and coordinated national action. The network is tackling long-standing barriers and pushing for reforms such as deserved seats for women in the draft Constitution Amendment Bill. Let's find out how it's going about as we are joined now by Ma'am Ndegen. Welcome to Coffee Time, Ma'am. Please formally introduce yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me this morning. My name is Ndegen. I am the president of NWPL, Network of Women in the Politics and Leadership, in Political Participation and Leadership, and also have been very much au fait with the process of the amendment bill that you're talking about since 2019.
For listeners who may be hearing about NWPL for the first time, what is the network all about? In other words, why was it created?
So the network was created to have intentional interventions when it comes to the advocacy towards women political participation, but emphasis on leadership. Because we have a lot of women in our political parties, in all spheres of our political arena, doing wonders, but the leadership is the problem. And as such, we have a network of women leaders from various political parties, from civil society, from both government and non-government institutions, and also international partners who come together to form a movement, to strategize how do we best have a very intentional intervention beyond the conversations, beyond the advocacy, beyond the begging. How do we intentionally support women, but also have these very frank conversations with institutions such as political parties to not only have women as candidates, but institutionalize the issues of women in their legal frameworks in their parties, such as their constitutions and the policies within they have in their parties, and protect women in politics by having policies in their parties against gender-based violence that we are seeing every day in politics, but also against abuse, exploitations, and harassment.
What are the most persistent barriers preventing women from entering politics, cultural, financial, institutional, or otherwise?
All of that you mentioned. First is the cost of politics in the Gambia. Not long ago, together with some of my colleagues, we did a work commissioned by the Westminster Foundation on the cost of politics in the Gambia. Very expensive. If you look at it from party primaries to political rallies, people are spending around $50,000 to more than $300,000 in every stage in this. The question is how many Gambian women are having between 50,000 to 300,000 sitting in their account, ready to invest it in politics. Gambian women are not custodians of resources, such as land, such as enterprises, such as huge financial bonds to actually be able to venture into politics. As such, this is a hindering factor. And when you look at this study, a lot of times women take loans and to venture into politics. At the end of the day, whether you win or not, you're going to be paying this debt. And even if you win, respondents told us that you will be spending the first year actually paying this debt. And if you don't win, it becomes a community issue. And that has hindrance, again, on your reputation as a woman who wants to venture into politics. Because at the end of the day, the narrative is, so munuta favor, how will we actually entrust you with our resources as a representative? The other thing is also cultural and traditional and religious barriers. And the belief that women are not leaders and we are better fit for purpose as custodians of the house and as domestic laborers, keepers of the family, and then actually being leaders. And at the end of the day, let's say during a political rally, we will all go to the political rally, both men and women, but women have to first ensure that the house is swept, children are clean, children are fed, children go to school, go to dara, and all that before you are actually able to go to the political rally. And after that, you will come and continue your duty, while in most of the time, we will have the men resting after those things. So these are all hindrances. At the end of the day, women become too tired to juggle all these responsibilities up together and sum up out. And the other thing that you have is the continuous harassment, the continuous targeted as character assassinations that we see every day in women. And it's like being a woman is in politics is a crime. Your past will be scrutinized. Even your family ties. If somebody in your family does something, you have to be answerable to it.
You're responsible for it.
You are responsible for it. The way you dress, the way you speak. If you give less, dafa nay. If you give more, dafa wanewu. Mun nako jox kenen. And we have seen this. Exactly. When I was growing up, one of the things that I usually hear is, I said, Honorable, Her Excellency, I said, dafa nay. Do they get a hadith? And now we are saying, Nene Choy Yasin dafa bëgg yaha xaalis. Am na fu mu ko dugal better. Moo gën muy jël jënd ay yére 150,000. So it's always like the bar.
You've got something to say.
The bar is constantly lifted and bring down. Like there is no static expectation of women in politics.
You can never be right.
It's either you're doing less or you're doing too much. So and that's creating a problem for women to know exactly as a society, how do people, Gambians, want women in politics to comport, to be appealing, to be elected as leaders. And these are all barriers that we are having.
What political interventions is NWPL currently implementing to support women who want to run for office or take leadership roles?
So we are doing a lot. We were officially registered, in December. And we have done a lot between December and now in collaboration
December last year?
Yeah, in collaboration with the Westminster Foundation. We did a National Assembly simulation for women who are potential women candidates and just to take them through what it's like going to the National Assembly. This is an opportunity for them to see, know and understand that it is not extraordinary work that goes in there. It is not two heads. Those that are sitting there not having two heads. That as women they know the issues, they can discuss it, and they are also deserving to sit in those seats in the National Assembly. And we did a very fantastic simulation, train them, but also take them through procedures of the National Assembly for them to see what actually they are actually wanting for themselves and also for their communities. We also did series of training, as I am saying. When the research on the cost of politics was done, also we have consulted political parties, women leaders, and also women, aspiring women candidates to just show them the picture of what is happening and what they could expect in this space in terms of cost, so that we are able to prepare ourselves on time and together. And we also did a training on women, violence against women in politics. This most especially target the leadership of the political parties, just so we are able to clearly paint a picture of what is happening, but also encourage political parties to ensure that they have legal framework within their parties to help and protect women, both in the party and outside the party, as they desire to participate in politics. And the efforts continue. As I'm speaking to you this weekend, we are regrouping to actually work on our work plan for the entire election cycle and also our communication strategy. And from there, we are intending to meet women in the grassroots, most especially campaigns who are the powerhouse of candidates in our communities, but they are also women, an opportunity we can tap in. We are not trying to take anybody away from your political party. We are trying to keep every woman where you are while you champion the woman agenda where you are.
And does this include, of course, in the mentorship strategy and solidarity and visibility access as well in your support of women that are in leadership roles?
Exactly. And as I told you, some of this, because when we had the mentorship, we had the female National Assembly members who are currently serving to serve as mentors together with us. And this is, like you said, a form of solidarity. To say, irrespective of where you belong, it is the women agenda that we are actually championing. And we want all women leaders who can add value to come forward and coach other women who want to come in. And while we feature as part of our programs that we'll be having, like you said, we'll be having women ambassadors and champions who are doing wonders in different spheres of life to be highlighted, to be promoted, just so we are able to see that, yes, we are few in all aspects of society, as CEOs, as ministers, as National Assembly members, but the few we have, despite our differences, are doing wonders, and those are things we can build up on.
I mean, can you share a success story with us, or an example of a woman whose political journey has been strengthened by NWPL?
Because NWPL is very young, like I said, it was launched in December, and between December and now, there is no major political activity that happened. I don't think it would be fair to sit here and say we have actually impact. Might be sometime next year, after the National Assembly, after the local government elections, we'll be able to sit down and do those evaluations and gauge how far we have come as a network.
All right. The draft Constitution Amendment Bill proposes reserved seats for women. What is NWPL's position on this?
First of all, I want to give the National Assembly Gender Committee their flowers. They did amazing and really well for being persistent on bringing this bill to the floor of Parliament over the years. Through the draft constitution, through the first amendment bill that we had, they're very resistant. And that, I want to give them their flowers. And first, the bill is very progressive, as it is aimed to amend Section 88, 1 to 8, excluding subsection 2 of the Constitution. And as such, it is providing 14 seats altogether for women in this country. And these 14 seats will be elected by the universal adult suffrage of this country, but of course, only women will contest for these positions, 2 for each region. What this will do is it will create the platform for us to be able to grow women participation in this country. Some people are saying, why can't women go and compete in the normal elections we have? This is an affirmation correctional bill. That means it is not here to stay forever as we bring it. It is here for 15 years. And after the 15 years, it will be reviewed by the National Assembly to see how far have we come as a country when it comes to behavioral change towards electing women, when it comes to success stories, when it comes to how far have we come as a country to achieve the aims and objectives we have to actually improve women political participation. And when we talk about 15 years, we're talking about 3 electoral cycles in this country. Is it enough? Maybe not. Is it a good stepping stone? Yes, it is. And we are very happy that the National Assembly champions it. We hope and pray this time we have quorum in the floor of the House to ensure that this bill is not only discussed, but also it is passed. But we have a very small window, of course. It's also important to note, because as of our constitution, we cannot enact a law 6 months before elections. When it's 6 months before elections, June. And that means we have a very 2 months window, let's say, to actually gazette this bill, to table it and to pass it. And we hope and pray the National Assembly takes a very good opportunity of this small window we have to enact this bill and have it as a law, so that we, forever change the trajectory of women participation and leadership in this country. It is also important to note that this is not an innovation that Gambia is starting. Other countries do, and we have seen success stories. In November of 2024, together with my team from Gender Platform, we were in Nairobi with the National Assembly Select Committee on Gender, thanks to the Code Project, Idea International's Code Project, in partnership with the EU, that we went to Kenya to actually learn best practices on how are they taking their affirmative action, what are their success stories, what can we learn from it, and also not only the National Assembly but the institutions such as the Gender Commission beyond the National Assembly. How can we decentralize women leadership in our institutions in this country? And these are all lessons, but first, this is a good stepping stone, and like I say, I am an advocate. I don't mind meeting at a 50-meter point, and when I have that, it will determine whether we will ask for more or not. But for now, this is a very progressive bill.
I mean, coming back home, if the amendment passes, what changes do you expect in the political landscape over the next 5 years?
And also in the bill, we have these women that are going to vie for these positions. They should not represent, they should not be funded, they should not be campaigned for by political parties. And this is removing a lot of barriers. Yes, political parties will argue, why are you removing us if you want us to actually promote women participation? But this is an affirmative bill, and it's important to remove these barriers to ensure there is a fair playing field. Meanwhile, it is not stopping us encouraging women to actually vie for the 53 seats that we already have. While we vie for the 14 seats provided for us. We are also going to be vying for the 53 seats. The more we maximize it, the better for us. And what this will do is it will change the trajectory of women having the confidence of coming forward. Because if we are saying this is the barriers for women, and now it is only women competing, that means a lot of barriers. That means what affects you affects me.
Yes.
So we are at the same level. So I am able to, compete with you to have this position. And at the end of the day, whoever wins, it's a win for women. And that is what is going to change in the trajectory of our political process in this country.
Do women in politics face a different kind of scrutiny? Online abuse, character attacks, moral policing?
Every time. And we have seen online how women in politics are caricatured, are insulted, are scrutinized, even with their personal life. As a woman politic, people have a say on your personal money that you earn, how you spend it. But on a normal day, Gambians do not care how the male politicians get money to build a mansion in a year, plus also build the neighborhood mosque and paint this and this and this in the neighborhood. Nobody questions that. And we all know the Gambian salary scale. Most time the salary is not able to afford that, but nobody questions it. But when a woman like they say Ndegen Yasin Choi, who work for her money, come home to enjoy and invest and do other things, suddenly we have questions to ask. Where does he get the money? You could have invested in the poor. You could have given it to the mosque. So we have all this scrutiny that we are having. That is one. Two, people have a problem in the way you dress. The way you tie your hair tie, the way you color your hair, as if that is going to be a determining factor of whether you are going to be competent or not. And even how many times you wear the clothes you wear as a woman candidate. That means you always need to step up with resources that you don't have. And these are all problems that women face, and society expects you to still be a leader and still be the expected proper housewife. And if you want be a National Assembly member, the expectations are still the same. And these are all barriers that women usually face that hinders their political participation.
What protections or reforms are needed to create a safer political environment for women?
Like I said, it needs to start from political parties. First, we need to have legal frameworks within the political parties to prevent gender-based violence, exploitation, and harassment. Have it at IEC and national level so that women are ensured of at least some degree of protection when it comes to their participation. That needs to happen. And two, I think we need, as a country, we need to be very intentional about women's political participation. If women don't have the resources, we have neither the guarantor nor the collateral. Even if you want to take loan to join politics, then that means there need to be financial incentives, even if it is going to be loan schemes that is going to be provided for women to be able to have a less difficult way in participating in politics. I think this will be very important. Yes. And everybody needs to do your quota in the fight. Usually when we talk, we say women should come out. Well, this year, this election cycle, women will come out, and we want to see political parties ensure that women are nominated as candidates and women are supported, and also women are campaigning for them to be represented at the National Assembly beyond the 14 seats that the amendment bill seeks.
Exactly. How is NWPL working with institutions like the EU, the NHRC, civil society, and the Ministry of Gender,
So currently, like I said, we are not currently working directly with any international donor partner. Okay. And we have been supported, like I said, since the launching by Westminster Foundation for Democracy. And when it comes to civil society and other institutions, we have them as members. We have civil society as members, political parties as members, women leaders from the business aspect as members. So we have women from all spheres of life as members. And what we are trying to do is not to make it very strict program, but make it very open very sort of a movement to ensure that we don't condition people. Everybody, where you are, you can start an impacting change from those things. And we will strengthen our partnership across other institutions to ensure that we have government, we have everybody on board.
Are there plans to expand NOPAL's reach into schools, youth groups, and or local councils, perhaps?
Everywhere. We have plans to reach everywhere. We have plans to reach the grassroots women, to reach councillors and councils, to reach schools. Because usually, we have, especially in senior schools, that's where you have first-time voters. But also that's where you have children transitioning to be first-time voters who are forming political opinions. And that is the time to catch them young, to educate them, to sensitize them about the realities of our political scene and how do they as children contribute to this as they transition into the political process. So yes, we have plans of reaching everybody in the Gambia in all these places.
What message do you have for young women listening who dream of leadership but feel the system is stuck against them?
The system will be stuck for a long time. And as young women, if that is what we are waiting for to be cleared from our way, we might wait forever. And the best way to eradicate fear is to confront it. At the end of the day, I will say elections is about you either lose or win. And we have not heard of anybody in the Gambia that died before because they lose elections. After that, you will continue living your time. But you will never win if you are not a candidate. You will never win if you don't vie as a candidate. So yes, the barriers will be there. Yes, the difficulties will be there. But as young women, we should continue to push. We should continue to strive. We should continue to challenge the status quo until someday some of us win. At the end of the day, the privilege we are enjoying today as women wasn't fought for by us. It was worked for by other women before us. And had they give up on the system because it is very difficult for them, we would not have enjoyed the rights we are enjoying today. So it is a responsibility upon us to work, with and against the system to ensure that we have a place in our political system, but also we create that space for future generations of women of this country. So the time is now. It's not in the future. The time is now to enter politics, to go for the positions you want, to vie for it, and also to increase the number of women that we have in leadership positions across the country. Every woman's win is a win for all of us, despite our differences. The number starts from 1 while we expand it to infinity.
Ndegen, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Jar Oil Company stands tall as a trusted name in energy, keeping the Gambia moving with service stations across the country and a commitment to innovation and reliability. In Farafenni, Jar Group is reshaping our industrial landscape. The Jar Oil Cement Factory can produce up to 100,000 bags a day, reducing imports, creating jobs, and building a stronger Gambia brick by brick. And in the heart of the Central River region, Jar Farming Initiative is cultivating food security. With thousands of hectares under development and modern irrigation, Jar Farming is turning the Gambia's soil into abundance. Jar Group is more than a company. It is a vision of self-sufficiency, resilience, and progress. The Jar Group of companies, investing in industry, agriculture, and energy, building the Gambia's future today.
In the Gambia, we all move to different paces. Time is money, convenience is power, and now both are in your hands. No more long lines, no more late payments, no more missed chances. Not anymore. Because now the Gambia has its own super app, Zap. One app, one tap, endless convenience. Send money instantly, pay your bills in seconds, shop without borders, pay your rides, order your meal, buy your ticket, deposit and withdraw money for absolutely free. No extra charges, no hidden fees, only on Zap Super App. This is not just convenience. This is confidence. This is the future in your hands. And the best part, Zap is born right here. Built for us, designed for every Gambian home, every Gambian dream. So don't wait in the past. Step into the future. Download Zap today on App Store and Play Store and enjoy endless free services. Call us today on our toll-free number 1666 or on 260-0001. Zap. All in one. All for you. Tap in. Zap in.
Wéef lay fay.
sant yàlla.
looy xaar utal Wéef nga scan nga fay te nag doo ci yokku dara.
If the world hasn't stopped moving, your money shouldn't slow you down. With Bloombank Africa, you are always connected, wherever, whenever, in many ways than one. So whether you're sending funds to family, paying for goods and services, settling bills, or just making sure you've got some cash at hand, Bloombank puts speed, simplicity, and security in the palm of your hand. Transfer funds between your Wave or AfriMoney account and your Bloombank account anytime, anywhere, because your money should flow at the pace of your life. Visit your nearest Bloombank branch today to link your account. Bloombank Africa. We make it happen.